Alexa,
Dana Alexa.
you could
Is that a
take a
boy?
look at. No, it's a girl.
Oh, it's a
She
girl.
has black hair. She's really, 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 really big in the dance community.
Dance
She
world.
was, she used to go out with Matt Stefano or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I grew up so I mean, I'm a retired dancer.
huh?
So I grew up dancing. I like wanted to be a dancer. That was like my goal in life, right? When I was like 10. And
Oh,
I
sick.
danced until I was like 15, 16, and then I stopped and then I take took classes like sporadically. And then the dance world kind of changed for me. Everything became very showy and I just like didn't like it. So when I say I'm a dancer, I can dance, but I'm not like
Sure.
an active dancer now.
Got you. So
Yeah.
base, so I say the same exact thing. They're like, "Oh, so can you dance?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So like,
Yeah.
can you do like a? I'm just like, I'm not a professional dancer, but
Yeah.
I know how
Right.
to move my hips. I know how to move myself.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know what I'm
Totally.
saying?
Hmm.
So at what age and how did you get into acting?
Ooh. Um, this is a loaded question. I guess because everything kind of like so I feel like my life is like all over the place when I think about it. So I'm 24
Mm-hmm.
and my dad moved out here from Florida to be an actor and he and my mom were he was like, actively acting and he had it as a good job. And then my mom started having babies and he became a stunt coordinator.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
what Andrew was saying. Oh, it's your father.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool, cool.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
got it now.
Yeah, he's a stunt man.
Cool.
And so I went to elementary school, so like kindergarten through fifth grade. And
Mm-hmm.
then after fifth grade, I was homeschooled. So that's like 10,
Yep.
11.
Yep.
And then after that, and throughout that whole time of my life, we were really involved in martial arts, like traveled and competed.
Oh, sick.
And then like through martial arts, we like started singing and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after elementary school, we were homeschooled, and then we really started singing and dancing. And then my brother became really successful, and I've only had one other conversation with somebody, or actually a few other conversations with people. I've been doing these conventions where I like meet these people who are really touched by Atypical or just like
Mm-hmm.
acting in general. And I've been more transparent about like my feelings towards my brother and how like the jealousy was so like filling my cup and it was like hard. I mean, I was so young too. So then I
Yeah.
quit. I like quit it all because it was like too much. It was like
Oh,
he was
wow.
so successful at the time and my dad was success. It was just like so much success and like I wasn't really exactly where they were. So then I started comparing and I went, just that whole thing and so I stopped when I was like 17 and I got a job and I was like, you know what? Like, forget all this. Like, I don't want to do this. Even though, like, maybe subconsciously I did, but like
Mm-hmm.
everything around me was just saying no. So
Yep.
I worked at Crave in Studio City.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I worked there for like a
That's
year
on
and a
the
half.
one at Laurel Canyon?
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm I worked there for like a year and a half. And then I got an audition when I was like 18 or 19 to play my brother's sister in a Disney show.
Oh, amazing.
And I was like, well, this wouldn't be something that I would want to be because at that time, like people, like I would be identified as like Boo Boo's sister. And I was like, so not into that. I was like, I don't want to be like, my name is Fivel. I don't want to be Boo Boo's sister. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like eventually it's just going to like kill you inside. And, but I thought about it and I was like, why not? Like, why not? I'm 18, I'm 19 now, and fresh start. I haven't acted in nearly 2 years, and whatever. And I got it,
Oh,
and
sick.
and it was great. And so like I mean, long story, not short, that was a long story, but like I've been acting and singing and stuff my whole life, but like really I've been acting for like the past 4 years, 5 years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's just different when you have a new head on your
For
shoulders.
sure.
You know, when you understand
Yeah,
what you're doing and why you want to do it.
of
You know.
course. So
Yeah.
then, okay, so would Atypical be your milestone, your career milestone as of yet?
I think so. I think I mean I did a show called Tagged
Mm-hmm.
before Atypical, um, where I also played a queer character, and I mean that was a good show to like get me comfortable in it again. And then I did a pilot for TNT with my brother, and
Oh,
that
wow.
got me in. Yeah, that got me in. And then I did Atypical, and I think that was like the big milestone where it was just like, okay, now I'm building something for myself. Now I'm, you know, where I'm getting to where I eventually want to be. So yeah, Atypical really.
And this may be another loaded question, but like, where do
Yeah.
you want to be?
Where do I want to be? Gosh, I was like driving in my Uber today because my car's broken.
How many break?
It's not. I mean, it's just like making the squeaky sound, and
Mm,
that's never good. So it
yeah.
doesn't stop right now.
Okay.
But I was on my Uber back, and I was just like, I've been taking this powder called layered superfood, and I've been putting it in my coffee.
Oh my God, I have the creamer.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
use. It's
it's
a
really
good one.
good.
Uh-huh. It's so good, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel so good. It makes
Okay,
me
great.
feel like on cloud nine. And
I don't
so,
notice the difference. I put
really,
like a tablespoon in. It doesn't. I don't notice the difference. No.
are you eating? So I've been This is my second day of fasting, but I
Oh, nice.
fasted until 10 and 11 a.m. and I only drank the coffee and the creamer. Are you eating?
The two times that I've had it last
Yeah.
were after meals. So I don't do
Mm.
caffeine or like anything before 11. So I don't
Oh,
have any fats or like anything before 11. And
oh,
it was after 11 and I was like, huh,
yeah.
it's because I maybe because I already take a lot of mushrooms, so that's probably why I didn't feel it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's just like you're plateauing.
I guess
You know,
I'm just shroomed out.
you're just a mushroom. That's so funny. But like, yeah, I've been taking it and I feel really good. Um, and it's only my second day of taking it, so I don't know. Uh, I could just be plateauing tomorrow and not feel it
I'm
anymore.
sure it's fine. I'm sure you're gonna go mooning.
Yeah, hopefully. Um, but yeah, I was sitting in the car and I was like, okay, where do I want to? I literally asked myself, like, where do I want to be? And I was just like, I mean, I pictured my house and I was just picturing things, and I think I want to really get to a place where I don't know, like I feel God, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I All I pictured was like getting to a place where I was financially stable, artistically stable, and creatively stable, and then like being able to not work and like maybe have two kids and like settle down and not have to work. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I feel like I want to do so much more with my acting career. I mean, I will do so much more, and there's so many opportunities right now, and
That's great.
I just like yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I
That's
don't
fine.
know what but yeah, that's okay.
That's totally fine.
But I think it's a place where I just feel comfortable in every aspect of
That's
life,
beautiful.
right?
Then you're in the
Yeah.
sweet spot then.
Yeah, yeah. What about you?
Because
Like where's that looking for you?
so thank you for asking me a question. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I obviously I'm an actor too, so I don't know if
Right.
Andrew
I know
spoke to
that.
you about this. So obviously for me, the last 2 weeks actually have been really cool because I've done pretty big auditions for a Netflix show, two HBO shows, a Hulu
Nice.
show, and uh, um, a Warner Brothers film. Um,
Amazing.
so I've said to myself, it's up to the
Yeah.
acting gods, and whatever happens, happens. If I'm meant for any of these roles, I know I did a great job on all my tapes.
Yeah.
So it's like up to them. So for me is being the greatest actor that I can be.
Yeah.
Not saying being the best actor in the world. If that's what
Hmm.
I am, then great,
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm striving for because I'm not really
Yeah.
competing with like anybody else. I'm more competing with me.
Yeah.
So of course I have goals. Like I want to win like freaking awards, and I
Yeah.
want the public's acknowledgement because that's what we do. It's art, so we need
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know so it's to get to a point where I am consistently working.
Hmm. Yeah.
um that's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
um and honestly doing it because I have a passion to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm done doing jobs that I'm like don't love or I don't have passion for, or I'm just like I've done that the last 9.5 years. I'm done with it. I'm at a
Yeah.
point now where I don't have to do that now. So
Good.
I'm gonna ride this out
Hmm.
and see where it goes. But like I'm done with all of this, like, oh, I have to work at a club and I have to work for for this place and I have to work three
Yeah.
jobs. And literally I was working three jobs 6 days a week for 2 years. And I was just like, when I tell you not having any friends, I literally, I
Yeah.
one, I didn't even even if I wanted to hang out with anybody, I
You
didn't even
could.
have time to.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was work, 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 work. But all that working allowed me to save some money, so I'm good now. Um, so it's definitely it's the acting. Hosting would be great too, because this is a great thing that I enjoy because it's having meaningful conversations.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Marriage, maybe kids would
Yeah.
definitely love to have kids. I want to be a dad so bad. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's basically where I see myself. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what the timeline is.
Hmm.
Um,
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
35. No, I'm
35.
chill.
35.
Yeah,
When's
yeah.
your birthday?
So July 6th,
July 6th. You're
and you're November 8th.
Cancer?
Yes,
You're a
I'm a
Cancer.
Cancer. Yep,
Yeah. That's
I'm a
awesome.
Cancer. Yes. So yes, you're probably gonna say you're emotional, right? I'm like, I guess I'm emotional.
I mean, my dad's Cancer.
Oh, nice.
I'm very aware of. I've had a lot of cancers in my life. I'm a
Oh, nice.
Scorpio,
Okay.
so it's a good balance between
Nice.
both emotion and intense, and then balance. Yeah, it's
For sure. I
yeah,
think we have, I think me being a Cancer, when I tell people I'm emotional, not saying I'm hysterical crying, but
no,
I definitely I'm in tune with my feelings and
yeah,
I'm in tune with how things, words, actions
yeah,
make me feel. And
hmm,
I'm not afraid. I'm a communicator, sometimes an
hmm,
over one, because I want to make
yeah,
sure I'm painting the picture for
right,
whoever it is I'm speaking to vividly clear so there's no confusion.
yeah, 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 totally, and that's the best. I mean, like you don't want to be passively talking to someone.
No, no,
Yeah, yeah.
there's no way.
How is it? So like, I'm sure. I mean, a lot of people want to be actors and
Mm,
actresses and creators, and it's so hard, right?
mm-hmm.
And like, if you're not consistently working, it's like one of the scariest jobs you can take for yourself, right? So like, with some like, I'm so lucky, like I haven't had to go through that experience of like six or three draw or six, what you were saying,
Yep, yep.
and so like what's the process for you? Like do you have to you go like do you get auditions and do you take them and do you work your ass off and be exhausted from work and then audition, or are you just like not acting while you're saving money?
I was doing it all. I
You were
was
doing it all.
driving to auditions
Wow.
even while I was working because I worked for a cannabis brand and I was
Hmm.
basically their influencer. I used to gift weed to a bunch of like friggin' influencers throughout all of LA. Like I've actually been to some pretty cool houses.
Wow.
I've met some pretty cool people, like A-list people. I've not in a million years thinking I'm
Yeah.
going to their house to give
Yeah.
them weed.
And you
So,
get paid for that? That was your job?
mm,
Wow. Wow.
yep, yep.
Interesting.
Great company. But it was just time for me to leave. I was with them a little over a year. I was
Okay.
just burnt out. But
Yeah.
honestly, like on my drives around the city, I'm talking
Yeah.
about from downtown LA to Calabasas to
Wow.
all the way in the valley. I was driving everywhere, and
Yeah.
I would literally plan my routes. And during my route, I would, if I had like an audition, if I had to actually go in,
Yeah.
I would go in
Wow.
while I was working. Probably shouldn't
Wow.
have done that. I mean,
But I
I
mean, you
had to
had to
make
do
it
what you had
work.
to do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to make it work. And I am a New Yorker, so it's in my blood to be like a hustler,
Yeah.
and you
Totally. Totally.
just roll up your fucking sleeves and
Mm-hmm.
do the job. Don't complain
Yeah.
about it. Just get
Yeah.
the job done. Just
Yeah.
get the job done. And
Totally.
that's what I was doing. I mean, I was working that during the day 5 days a week. Then I was working at a nightclub 4 days a week. So there were times
Jeez.
where I was getting home from work at 6 p.m., hanging out at the house for probably 2 hours, eat,
Oh,
go to the club, prepare the club to open up, then be at the club from 9 p.m. till 4 o'clock in the morning,
oh my God.
come home and have to wake up at 8 a.m. Just to go to work. And
Wow.
I did that for 2 years.
Wow.
But you got to get the job. And it's only because of the love and passion for the hustle, for the acting, for
Yeah.
the big goal up here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just you just have to do it. So for everyone who is watching,
Mm-hmm.
if you think that anything is gonna come to you easy,
Right. Right.
probably not. All these successful people, it doesn't matter if you're small or massive, they all have a story, they all have a
Yeah.
process, they
Yeah.
all have been through the steps. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
even if it's not the steps of like me, like having to work all these jobs and then still trying to act, but like even as an actor, like getting small roles here and here and here, just long as you're
Mm-hmm.
progressing and moving up or straight, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
that's
Totally.
that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so this is season 4 that's about to come out, right? And it's the
It is.
last one, right?
Yes, it is the last
How do you
season.
feel about that?
Um, I feel like, it's sweet and sour, but I'm ready to expand my, I don't know, my, I feel like my life.
Yeah.
Like it's such a extreme way of seeing it, but like Izzy has been so parallel to my life for the past 3 years. For me, it's the fourth season for the show, but I came in on the second season, and yeah, I just feel like I'm ready to see what's next.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I definitely had a few breakdowns with Andrew. Like I just like cried so hard, like my heart hurt. It was just like, I feel like this piece of me is like being taken away. And there's no way I can have it back, right? Like it's gone.
Yeah.
It's forever gone now. And it'll always be on TV, so it'll always be available to us. But like being able to play Izzy again is like not a thing. So that's very sad.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but the sweet thing about it is that I can't be more thankful for a show like Atypical.
That's
Like,
beautiful.
and I really say that wholeheartedly. Like, I feel like a lot of people that are actors become a part of shows that they're just doing to do because they need to get them lifted off, to get them started and to make them money and have a job consistently. But like, to be a part of Atypical and to love literally everything about it and the show itself is like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've said it so many times, but like it's like a recess from my life, like Atypical, and to be acting next to Bridget, who plays my girlfriend, like,
Hmm. She's great.
oh my gosh, like they're amazing. Like they're, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What attracted you to the character? So when you're like agent, like here's the size, this is going to be X, Y, and Z. When you
Yeah.
were reading it, did anything specifically click or connect with you that like you were like, this character is pretty awesome?
Um, well, so I had just recently, I just got the sides. So I
Hmm.
didn't get the scripts or anything, and I didn't even know who Izzy was going to be or like what she was going to mean to the
Hmm.
show.
Hmm.
I just thought I was gonna be the new girl at the new school Casey goes to,
Got it.
right? So like there was no filling me in on like, oh, they're actually gonna be a queer couple and this and this and this.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but it definitely was one of those experiences where like I auditioned, and as soon as I auditioned, like both the director and the producer, we all three just clicked immediately. It was just like it felt so right. It really did. So yeah, there was no like I didn't really get a chance to think about what Izzy was or who she was. I just like was myself.
So that is interesting. And I think this is a good topic to speak about for all of the people out there who are aspiring actors as
Yeah.
well. So when you're given sides and like this happens, you don't really know much about the character,
Mm-hmm.
much about the storyline or where is everything going, X, Y, and Z. How do you prepare for something that's so
Ooh.
vague and just like, here's the character, here's the character description?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just um, do you just make up your own
Yeah.
version of the character and hope
Yeah.
they like it, or like
Mm-hmm.
what is the process?
Yeah, so I'm definitely coming into more of these process experiences. Like, what is my process? And I mean, and Andrew and I are so different. We're so, so different. And I think it's because I'm like doing a show, so I'm acting every week. It's faster. I want to intuitively act. You know, like when I get an audition, I just want to do it. Like I don't want to sit on the audition and have it in my hands for 4 days. Like I want to read the
Same.
sides, memorize the sides. I'm so lucky that I can memorize them super fast because I'm working. So it's a very fluid thing going on. And I just I read the description and I just kind of intuitively do it. Right? That's my
Hmm.
process. I'm
Okay.
a very like fast, full force, very extreme, all or nothing type of actress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say like all or nothing, you mean what? Like whatever comes to your mind first, I'm doing it, or like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Got
Whatever
it.
comes to my mind. I'm super like and with Andrew's help, he really gets me to a place where I'm like, wow, that's so much better than my first take. Like if I just practiced it a little bit, if I just put more effort into it that much, and he gets me there. Like we retape it multiple times, and he's like, try this and try this, and then end up getting mad because I'm like, don't tell me like what to do. Like
Yeah.
I can do it. Like if
I can see.
you think of it, I'm gonna punch you. But like but he's so amazing. Like he's so, I mean, he's really creative and he's so himself. He's very intuitive with his acting, and like with when you put two intuitive actors together, it's just like
Hmm.
a blossomed flower. But
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think just me, if I got an audition, I yeah, I mean to answer your question, I just look at it, I read the description, and I just kind of do what comes to my mind. And like with Sandra, the film that I did with her, she I'm still finding my because like I still feel like I'm new to this acting thing.
You don't look it, FYI.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that
you're
so much.
very, very natural. There's never any time where I'm like, I got you. I see
Yeah.
it. You're
Yeah, yeah,
pushing
yeah,
it. You're
yeah.
pushing that
Yeah.
line.
You're,
But it's
yeah.
but it's so very fluid and so very you.
Thank
Like
you.
I'm actually seeing like
Yeah.
you as the character.
Hmm.
Like does that make sense?
Totally. And I
Okay,
and I really hope that people feel that way when they watch Izzy. Um,
I think they do.
yeah, and I also really hope to be able to also disappear into a character, right? So it's like they see Fivel, but they also now just see Izzy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then they see Amma, and they now also just see Chris. Like they don't see, you know, so I think that's something that I need to work on is like intuitively acting because
Yep.
just like, you know, Andrew and I talk about actors and we're like, oh, but it's like watching this person as this. It's not like we're watching just them, that character,
I
right?
get
We
it.
we
Yep.
see we see Ricky, like we see Ricky as Tom in this show, but like do we only see Tom or do we see Ricky as Tom? You know,
I got
you
you.
know,
I got you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
so I feel like that's a really good goal for me to like go back to our one of our first questions of like where do
Yeah.
you see yourself? What do you
Yep.
want for yourself?
Yep.
I feel like Meryl Streep really disappears in
Oh,
her character.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
all know who Meryl Streep is, but like
Yep.
her characters are so
Yep.
beside her. So
Yep.
I feel like ideally that's where, yeah, what I want to do.
That's absolutely great. So, do you have any upcoming projects that are about to be filmed, or you just got
Yeah,
done?
yeah. I have a film called Amma coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and it means mom in Korean.
Oh, nice.
And it's produced by Sam Raimi, who
Uh-huh.
I like am a huge fan of. I
Uh-huh.
love horror films. He like did the original Evil Dead. He did Spider Man. He did
Oh, sick.
yeah. He's really really awesome. Um, and I think I really found out more about myself as an actress doing that film. You know, like I did. Sandra is like a well renowned actress,
Mm-hmm.
and her process was just so amazing, like almost intimidating. Because I'm very just like, oh, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. But then she like took me on to her experience, and like we meditated together on the characters, and we
Oh, that's
really
great.
closed our eyes and worked together in this room for like 4 consecutive days. It was like the best
That's
thing.
insane.
It really was like
What? That's like life-changing acting like stuff. You know what I'm saying?
forever,
Forever.
forever. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So like even in Atypical, I'm still like even like a practice that will forever stick with me and the teacher that we learned from, there's a technique where it's like even me talking right now and like my hands, right? They're like up here because all of my words are like right here, right? All of what I'm saying is here. And like if I'm pointing to myself, there's just like so much to it, like my hands are this, right? And so the practice was like just close your eyes and just like say the dialogue, and if you feel anything coming up of like, oh, my head, right, and you're feeling your head, like use that instead of just like, oh, my head hurts, like, oh, my head hurts, right? So it's like using your hands and using like the energy from your body to the outside of your words. It's a really crazy, like,
Oh my God, that sounds very interesting.
it's so interesting. And
Is it a long process?
no, I mean, like, it's as long as you make it. So if you get dialogue, right?
Yep.
And you're just speaking with your hands, and you don't also want to overdo it and like speak with your hands, right?
Yeah,
But like to make it more interesting to watch and for the audience to feel more empathy towards you, you talk with your hands, right?
of course.
And so in like the fourth season of Atypical, it was the first time I like really, really narrowed it down to like what I wanted it to mean and what I wanted Izzy to be. And I took some of the dialogue and I did some of the hand movements, and I was like, gosh, this helps me so much. And that's something I took from Amma. Like it was just such a, and forever I will learn more things to apply to my process.
God, that's see. So, okay, here's the perfect example of every experience is a learning experience. It's
Yeah.
all good or bad. You could take something out of everything. even
Yeah.
if it's super shitty and it hurts you and you do not want
Right.
to, there's a positive lesson to be learned in
Yeah.
everything,
Totally.
especially this. Like, you just learned a technique from someone who's been in the game for years
For
and is
years.
a
Yeah.
very, very, very great at her craft.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know. I know. And like, yeah, I've always been so intimidated by the question of like, what's your process? Because I never had one. I
Yeah.
was, and I think it's so irritating when you talk to someone that is like that's doing something that you want to do, and you're like, so how do you do it? And they're like, oh, I don't know, I just do it. You're like, what? Like, that's so ignorant. Like, what's your process, right? And I feel like I'm maybe getting more of a hold on like what I like.
I mean, that's great. But see,
Yeah.
you're only back in the game now for 4 years, you said?
Yeah. Like 4 or 5. Yeah.
It
Hmm.
takes some time to, start to get the hang
Hmm.
of things again, or just
Yeah.
feel the process out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, like all of these great athletes in
Right.
year 5, they were not great.
Right. 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 Right.
It
Yeah. Hmm.
takes years. It takes the work. It takes the grind. It takes the pain. It takes the sweat. It takes the
Yeah.
tears. Everything for you to figure stuff out. It's just experience.
Yeah.
It's just doing. I tell people this all the time,
Yep.
and I
Yep.
tell my mother this because she's from an older generation of
Mm.
Italian parents who
Mm.
are like, first thing is all negativity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, life hates me and X, Y, and Z,
Mm.
and why does this
Mm.
have to happen to me? And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's not what it is. I'm like, take
Yeah.
it for what it is. Whatever just happened, you became stronger. You're growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you have this gift, this beautiful gift now, which you may see as a fucking horror. Excuse my
Yeah.
French, but like, if somebody else that dies, you know how to console them.
Right.
You know how to empathize with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's
like,
pretty awesome.
come
Hmm.
on. It's like, um, so, all right, all right, all right. What, you may have gotten asked this question before, but I think this is a profound question to ask any human being.
Hmm.
Who is Fivel in your mind?
Oh.
Like, if a person's like, can you explain in words who this person is? Now, this is an exercise that you're going to have to come out of your body and observe yourself. But
Yeah.
I think it's a very good one, because if you don't know, and you may not have an answer, and that's completely fine.
No, I have
I'm
an
just
answer. Yeah.
perfect. Say it.
I mean, I feel like I I talk to Bridget about this a lot, or I have talked to them about it. And I feel like I found the answer to the question. And I think Fivel, third person,
Mm-hmm.
is someone who's very soft but powerful. And I think that, and I feel like that's like my motto to live by, is to be soft but to be powerful, to go through life like you're walking on air, but to like still stand up for what you desire and what you need and what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and but do it elegantly. Like, there's, you know what I mean? You're like water, right? So I feel like that's who Five is. I feel like someone, yeah, who is soft but powerful. Yeah.
So you're basically how Bruce Lee says to be, is to
Yeah.
be like water, where you could just
Be like water.
transform to anything and just
Yeah.
move with anything. Anything that happens, you know how to move.
Yeah. Don't try to fight anything that comes your way, negative or positive. Because I mean, like, it's why?
Hmm.
Like,
It's too much
feel
energy.
too much energy. And I mean, I'm the first to not to do this. I cry all the time, and I get mad, and I am so happy, right? Like, I'm very extreme. But like, the little things and the big things, it's like, it matters how you deal with it, not what you're dealing with. That's
Mm-hmm.
a huge quote that I live by too. And it's like, everything will be okay. And I'm doing what I love now. So as long as I'm soft but powerful and I don't get walked all over, but I'm still seen, like, I'm good.
You're not going to get walked all over. And you want to know why?
Yes.
Because you're not going to allow it.
Right. Totally.
So that's never going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something that if it happened in the past is not going to happen now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's basically that. Who do you think people see you? Like besides you seeing you,
Ooh.
how do other people see you?
Oh gosh. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna make it more specific because that's probably way too broad because there's 7.5 billion people in this world. So
Yeah.
that's way too many possibilities. Um, so how does your close group of people that are in your circle, how do they see you? The people that know you the best.
Mm. I think I think they're so I feel like I changed a lot when I was from now since I was 21, maybe 22. I really think I became just like a different type of person. So, and that's me. People, I mean, my brother can also agree, I feel like. Um, I feel like now, I feel like before I was very loud, very obnoxious, very center of attention, very just like, and that probably had a lot to do with growing up so jealous of everything around me, right? So to not be jealous, you overcompromise
Mm-hmm.
um, and overcompensate, where it's like you do the complete opposite of just being annoying. um, but I think now, my sister actually sent me a text message like not too long ago, and it was probably the best thing anyone's ever said. and I like makeup. Like I have some makeup on right now, right? I like makeup. I like dressing up, all that. But I feel like I'm very natural as well. Like I would go my whole life without wearing that makeup. You know, I would. So and like I don't really paint my nails. I just feel like more natural, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I really appreciate natural beauty. And
Same. Same.
yeah, like I always go up to someone. I'm like, you're so naturally like I say it and I love it. I think it's something that we need to expose more, you know. And I think like a lot of plastic surgery and all this will die off. I do.
I
I
hope
do.
so.
Yeah. Um, but my sister used to like get fake eyelashes and she used to wear makeup all the time and she was beautiful. Like not to say she wasn't like she's gorgeous, but she showed up to my house one day and she didn't have her lashes on or makeup. And I looked at her and I was like, "You look so beautiful. Like you're like glowing." I was like, "You don't have your lashes on. Like I can see your eyes." Like I feel like the lashes like really make our eyes. I mean, I'm Asian, Native American, European, so it's like for us, it's like makes them more like small or more caved in or something. And she just looked so glowy, and ever since, and I always like my sister is she's my older sister, and she's been such a huge influence in my life, and I love her so much, and she's so naturally beautiful as well, and I always tell her that, and she like hasn't really been wearing a lot of makeup and she sent me a picture of her in front of her camping gear because she was about to go for like a camping trip and she sent me it and she had no makeup on and she was smiling and it was such a beautiful picture and she sent me it and she was like, I feel so beautiful in this picture, thank you so much for allowing me to see my natural self and I love you and I love me and like I feel so
Oh,
pretty because of you or something like
that's so beautiful.
yeah, like just embracing her
Yeah.
natural and I was like wow. So I definitely think that my family or friends would definitely be like she's a natural person, something more on the lines of that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See how interesting it is. Like your sister and even grown-ups too, like she's saying, like she's basically said that you allowed her and you gave her permission to feel and see yourself a certain way. And
Yeah.
if anybody says that to me, I'm gonna be like, you're welcome, but I'm not doing anything. I'm just noting what you already have.
Right, right, right. I know it's like I know I like I was like so I was so like I felt so good and I was like, oh, she just needs yeah, I'm not like, oh, I'm not trying to convince her to not wear makeup. I'm
Of
just like
course.
noticing it and I'm speaking it. Like,
Exactly. And more people need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see now like people are accepting plus size models. I
hmm
think
hmm
people also need to accept that like natural beauty, if you have freckles, if you have pimples,
yeah,
if you have
I
whatever
know.
it is you have and you struggle with, you're still beautiful. Just
Yeah.
and what beautiful is so subjective and so like it's what's the word I'm trying to look for? It is very oh, what's the word I'm looking for here? It is like what I see beautiful could be something completely different than you. That doesn't mean
Totally.
that that's not beautiful.
Right. It's all an opinion. It's
It's
all,
it's yes,
yeah,
it's a
it's all
perspective.
a perspective. It's all a perspective. And yeah. And like I totally get it because we do come from a very westernized culture, right? We do live in America and we do live in LA specifically. And it's like, and I feel so happy that we are now, we've been overcoming this like very general like beauty where it's everyone looks the same
Oh,
and everyone dresses the same.
tell me about it.
So I think we're moving towards a better future for what beauty, right, is identified as.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I live in a studio now, so in a house, and
Mm,
a house where I have a backyard, and I have a backyard now, but a big backyard,
nice,
um, with Andrew,
nice.
and hopefully still, I mean, I'm 25, 24, 35, maybe one,
Kids?
maybe one kid, maybe one kid,
At
and
what year mark?
oh fudge, maybe four, because
Okay,
I want to
cool.
be working. I want there's a lot of work that needs to be done in my
Facts.
career. Yeah. And I want to be able to take care of my baby. So
And we take care of your baby.
yeah. So I yeah, I mean honestly a show like Atypical again would be really amazing, but I really want to do films. I really want to do respected films. So I anything really. I'm so open, you know.
So,
But yeah.
two more questions, and then I want to just get some of these questions answered by the fans.
Yeah.
Who would be your ideal? Who's like the, let's pick top three people, and I know that this isn't fair because there's a numerous amount of people, but the
Mhm.
top three people that you can say that like I want to work with them so bad. It could be like anybody. Is
Meryl
there
Streep.
any? Yep, yep,
Um, Adam Driver.
yep. He's great.
Oh my gosh. And Amy Adams.
She's. Did you see her? Was it the new
I haven't seen
film
it yet.
out now? Okay, it's
I haven't seen it
I'm
yet.
supposed to watch it, but it's supposed to be really freaking good.
Yeah, I heard.
I
I
mean, she's
love.
phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. So probably those three.
Any special message that you want to say to the fans, to the people? Any advice?
Oh,
Anything that you want to? Last words here before you, but like before we get into any questions.
last words. I love you all so much, and I look down at your comments every now and then throughout our conversation with Ricky, and I appreciate you all endlessly.
And she means that because I can
I
feel it.
really do.
I can feel
I
it.
really do.
That's cute. Okay. Let's see. So we have some swaggy 222 says I love you. Um, We have, how do I say this? Miscellaneous series says, I'm very sad that this year will be the last season. Which character did you like to play the most? But we think we already know that you play like Izzy. So we got that question answered.
Oh, my sister Sage is on. Hi, Sagey.
Hi, Sagey. When is season 4 coming out?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I think
Okay.
this year sometime, but
Okay.
I don't want to give to, I don't know.
Okay. Somebody asked you to marry them, but she's taken, so that can't happen. Um, okay. So this is an acting question.
Hmm.
Ayania Hartman, is Izzy the first role you auditioned for? I think we know the answer.
No.
Yeah. Um, no, Noko on Coco. How did you and Bridget meet for the first time, and what was it like?
Ooh. We met on set the first day of me filming, and I was very nervous. I binge watched the first season, so I knew of their character, and oh my gosh, I remember it so vividly. I was like trying to not play the hard to get, but like the hard to know, like the mystery of it. And so I would like we like asked a few questions, but like we didn't, and we sat next to each other and like we were just like we were like cats. You're like, what do you want? Like you know what I mean? Like really figuring each other out. Um, it was fun. I was nervous, and the unknown was really what was more expansive for me. Like I didn't know what I was doing, like where the territory, like I was going on to. It's always really intimidating when you're going on to a show that's already a show.
For sure.
So
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm like going into their territory right
of
now.
course. Yep.
So yeah, I think I was nice, and I was pretty nervous. I think, yeah.
How was it the first time that you had to kiss her?
It was good. It was fine. It was exhilarating because
Mm-hmm.
I know that the show was leading up to that at that point when we were starting to become in a relationship. I was like, okay, so we're gonna kiss, and like both Bridget and I were just looking for this kiss, and we were just like, when is it gonna happen? So for Izzy and Fivel, it was very exciting, and I was like, we're doing this, like they're kissing. Like I was like, where is the kiss? That's all I could look for. But yeah, it was really awesome. It was so awesome.
Victoria Kovaz says, what's your favorite TV show? And she also said that she wrote a book, and the character, I want to say that I wrote a book and one of the characters is inspired by you.
Wow.
That's
Thank
very
you.
nice. That's cool.
That's very nice. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I want to read this book. That's so awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Um, I forgot the question. What was the question?
The question is, where is it? One second. Oh, here. The question is, what is your favorite TV show?
Oh, Pen 15, probably.
Oh, I heard about that.
Oh my gosh,
Good?
it's so funny.
Okay.
It's so funny. I watched, I'm not a very funny person, but I watched it.
Not a very funny person.
I'm really not. Like, I try to be, and some jokes are weird jokes. Like he doesn't laugh, and he's like, that's just a weird joke.
I can picture him saying that too.
Yeah, weird
That's
joke.
hilarious.
But after I watched Pen 15 this year, I think I got a lot of my
You got your swagger back? You got your
timing.
little mojo back?
I really did. I think it lessened a lot of Andrew and I. We don't really fight that much, but when we do fight, but we never fought because I was just like making a joke out of everything we were doing.
That's hilarious. Agoraphobic, okay.
Okay.
11 says, are there any inside jokes from the show that you can share with us?
Ooh, I don't think so. Well, if I shared it, then it wouldn't be an inside joke,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
But
Facts.
I feel like those inside jokes really happen when I'm on set and then I forget about them.
All right. Two more questions, and then we'll let you get back to your day. Um, let's see. What's something that's, let's see here. Oh, okay. Another acting question. Uh, Kate Lippy says, how do you detach yourself from your character yet keep it
Mhm.
genuine?
Oh, that's a really good
It's a
question.
very good question.
Yeah. I feel like for Izzy, it's really easy to detach because I mean, I'm not really detached. Like, it's just like, it's just me in Izzy's body. It's just, it's not too far. Like, the only thing that's really different is our styles on the show. But, like, other than that, I feel like Izzy and Fivel are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that in past, like with playing that character was a little bit more harder for me to detach just
Mm-hmm.
because there were aspects and characteristics that were similar, but
Yep.
more of like the storyline that I had to detach to was like hard. I would come home just like so exhausted and
Of
just so
course.
sad and just like not in a good mood and just
Yep.
it was probably really hard to be around. But I feel like it's definitely important to take at least a few days for just some intense rest.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I could, I mean, even just doing an audition, even just preparing for that
Yeah.
and then having to do it 4 or 5 times or however
Yeah.
many, I'm just like friggin' afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to just like close my eyes and just
Yeah.
not do anything because it drains everything out of you. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
people think, oh, like it's you're just like an actor and you have it made and it's an easy job. And
No.
like,
No.
no, we
No.
have to
No.
endure
No.
all of these emotions that we
Yeah.
don't normally have of this character and make
Yeah.
it believable for you to believe.
Mhm. Right. 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 It leaves you empty.
Empty. It's like
Yeah.
it's like what the hell just
Yeah.
happened? It's like I just
Mhm.
sucked out all my energy and everything out of it. It's crazy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally.
Last question by Bethany SB. What's a fun tradition or a ritual that you and Bridge have on set, if there is one?
Um, we either eat lunch together
Hmm.
all the time, and I like to hang out in their trailer. Oh, we sit outside on the grass a lot.
Uh-huh.
Um, and we eat a lot of mints.
Mints.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why mints, or are you just a mint fan?
I mean, like throughout the whole day, we just like mints.
Okay. You're like, do I need a mint?
No, actually, and just mints, they taste really nice.
They do taste really nice.
They're very good.
They do taste really, really nice.
Hmm.
Thank you for your time. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure. It's been so much fun. Thank you for allowing us into your world. Um,
Thank you for having me.
of
I'm
course.
so happy you thought to ask Andrew if I was available. I'm always down. Like for a good conversation, always down.
Awesome.
So if you
I,
want to do this
I
again, like let me know. I'm here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like it. And yeah, I want to my idea quickly is just wanted to start this to really just have meaningful convos about things that are important or things that people they they want to hear, because especially in these crazy times, there's so much that's going on. So if we could provide any form of entertainment or anything, that would be great. If this is
Yeah.
just like an outlet for a person for an hour that makes them happy that day, mission
Totally.
completed. Mission
Yeah.
completed.
Yeah.
Um, so appreciate you. Tell Andrew I said hi. And let's all get together soon and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vicky.
Thank
This
you,
is so fun.
Fivel. Of
Yeah.
course. I will
Okay.
speak to you soon.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
bye.